Hey guys, we got anybody yet? There we go. This is fucked up. I'm looking at myself in a horizontal and a vertical live right now. Bathy? I'm just gonna call you Bathy. Is it Bathy Crazy? Is that what it is? I'll just call you Bathy. All right. We. 3 people. I don't know who they are, but please hit the like button on your way in. Donald Trump said these kids don't need so many damn pencils. In other words, fuck affordability. His last night rally in PA, unfortunately, my state, was supposed to be the Republicans' messaging about affordability because, they want to try to win the midterms. And Donald Trump said, fuck affordability. What's up, Josie Bell? How you doing? Dogs are barking. I don't know why. Let me check the cameras. Probably nothing. Probably a neighbor that came home or something. My dogs are insane. If there's a noise a block away, they go fucking ballistic. My killer guard dogs. Nope, nobody out there. They're just crazy. 5 people. Hit the like button, guys. Come on. Hop in the chat. Tell me what you think about Donald Trump's plans for making things more affordable. Now, guys, well, I'll wait till we get more people in here. There's no point in explaining this to just 5 people right now. Too many pencils, these kids. Pencils and dolls. Way too many. Give the richest people in the country tax breaks so they could save a couple $100,000 a year, and tell all the poor people, just tighten it up a little bit. Okay, stop spending so much fucking money. That's how they see it. Like, oh, your kid has 4 dolls? Oh, you got way too much money. We need to increase your taxes. Meanwhile, fucking Jeff Bezos has a $50 million wedding, and they're like, we're going to have to give this guy more money. No question about it. He doesn't have enough. I'm going to go over that same spiel a couple of times during this show. I got to see how many people we even get. Six people. It's going slow. Come on, guys. Hop in the chat. Hit the like button on the way in, too. All 8 of you. Oh, shit. I hate the beginning of these shows, just waiting for people to show up. Oh, it drives me crazy. And if I go over what I want to go over now, I'm just going to have to repeat it once we get more people here. So I'm just screwed. I just have to wait. Hopefully we get into that shorts algorithm. Laybo, what's up, bro? Chilling. Just another politics show, How you doing, brother? Having a good day? I went skating early this morning for about an hour and a half, something like that. Had a good time. Got a little exercise. I got a plethora of facts today, Mr. Street Smarts. Is that right, Victor? Good. I'm glad to hear that. Maggots have been cognitively conditioned. They have been. TikTok. Uh-oh, Labo. TikTok for what? Before Donald Trump's brain really goes out completely and he's just a zombie walking around. But he's basically already pretty close to that, but it's going to get worse. I was listening to some things this morning, and they brought up a lot of good points. They were talking specifically about all these cognitive tests that Trump keeps having. Now, I know Trump likes to tell people they were giving me a routine physical, and I said, why don't you give me a cognitive exam? That's not the case. That they're telling him he needs these, and he seems to be getting them a little too often, So that tells me there's no question the doctors know there's something wrong with his fucking brain. And that's probably why he had the MRI and all that. I don't want to hear shit about his abdomen and all that. That was on his fucking brain. Too many damn pencils. Did you hear it, D. Gainey? Josie Bell, I believe your political show will eventually get huge because there's people doing politics with over 100,000 subs. I hope this show goes good. If you do TikTok with YouTube to get more people, that's what I got to do, Josie. You're 100% right. I got to stop being lazy and hook all that, kick everything. Can I do Twitch? What about Twitch? There's no doubt something is wrong with Trump. No question. And last night I pissed somebody off on the politics show because I was talking about Trump being, deity. And when he went in my comment section and he left this quote from Joe Biden, and it was one of Joe Biden's, when he was just veering off. It was all over the place. So I had to leave him a little something Donald Trump said in the past. I didn't get back to see, what his comment to that was, what his reply to that was, but I'm sure it didn't make him too happy. President Donald Trump has been diagnosed with chronic venous insufficiency. This common condition happens when veins in your arms or legs get damaged. That's the reason for the marks on his hand. Victor, that's what they say. We don't believe it, and there's been tons of medical experts that have said the same thing. He has congestive heart failure. Okay, believe me, I just lost my mother in June 29th on June 29th of congestive heart failure. I watched her. She had it for 20 years. And by the way, I have it too. Okay. And lucky me, right? And those ankles are his. That is not no chronic venous nothing. That is heart failure. And the spot on his hand is for this drug. I think it's called Leqembi for Alzheimer's. It's supposed to slow the progression of Alzheimer's. So you got to remember, Victor, anything they say is going to be bullshit. This is the same people who said that Donald Trump is 6'4" and 220 pounds. Donald Trump says when he takes his cognitive test, he gets perfect marks. Meaning he said that his MRI was perfect mark. He got perfect marks on his MRI. I swear to God. I swear to you. Like he got, like it's a report card. He said, the doctors said they've never seen an MRI so good. Think about how absurd that is. Think about it. A doctor saying, oh my God, I've never seen an MRI like this one before. What do you mean? There's either something wrong or there isn't. But even that, he had to bullshit his way through. Full of shit. Less Christmas toys for children and damn those pencils. Fox News and Donald Trump, that's their solution to your fucking affordability problems. Give the richest people more money and fuck your kids. Don't give them pencils. Don't give them dolls. Fuck them. That's basically what Trump and Fox News are saying. Fox News said, your grandmother doesn't need new slippers. You don't have to. And if people live far away, don't ship gifts to them. It's too expensive. So in other words, Fox News is saying, stop crying about being broke and just spend less. And then they're following that directly afterwards with, by the way, we got to get more tax cuts for the richest people. 83 billionaires need more tax cuts. Yep. And the funniest part about all this is that they have convinced the Republicans in this country, they have convinced them that all this is in their best interest, that the rich people getting the tax cuts, that somehow benefits the working people, and working people should be all for it. That's all Trumpy can do is cause division. Instead of trying to get both sides to come together, all he can do is culture war shit. That's it. I've never had a doctor say my MRI was perfect. No, I just got one. I got jumped by a bunch of dudes, like maybe a little over 2 years ago, and I took like 40 blows to the head easily. You know what I mean? And I got an MRI, and you know what the doctor said? Well, there's nothing wrong. You're fine. He didn't say, "Oh my God, look at this fabulous MRI. It's beautiful. I've never seen an MRI like this before." Guys, this might be this vertical horizontal plan here might be a bad idea. I don't know what to do about this. Although, a lot of people are asking me questions right now. How do you even score an MRI? Exactly, you don't. It just doesn't make sense why people sell out for Trump and the Republicans. Bro, decades ago, man, the Republicans started this culture war shit because it really is true. You can look back when they got rid of the fairness doctrine and all that shit, and they made it so that right-wing media networks can just fear-monger and bullshit people all day, start trouble. The Republicans just had no appealing policies, just like they have no appealing policies today. There's no Republican policies that benefit the working class. None. Okay? And there never really was. Every fucking policy that benefits the working class are sorry, I lost my train of thought. Oh, they're all Democratic policies. Just facts. Okay, so they do the culture war thing, trans people in women's sports, trans people in the bathrooms, Muslims, Mexicans, all this horseshit. Mexicans are taking your jobs, all this nonsense. All this nonsense. So that's what, and they've convinced them somehow that it's better for working people if they pay higher taxes, or at least not higher. You're not going to pay. A working class person isn't going to pay as much as a billionaire, but a higher percentage. Like, they've convinced Republican voters that it's okay if a teacher has to pay 35%, effective tax rate, but Jeff Bezos only pays 1.1%. This motherfucker literally at his hate rally last night in PA said, your kid doesn't need so many pencils. There's too many pencils. This is what he said. And this is, if you're wondering what he's talking about, he said before that basically because people have money problems in this country, well, your kids don't need 5, 6, 7 pencils. And they don't need 4 or 5 dolls. They need 1 or 2 pencils and maybe $1 or 2, maybe. So in other words, what he's saying, he's an idiot. He's ancient. So he's talking like pencils and dolls or the toys kids play with today. He's a fucking dope. But his message is, fuck those kids. Don't give them shit. Don't worry about getting your kids shit. Listen, we got to give this money to the people up top. Okay, we can't be worried about you and your fucking kids. That's basically what he's saying. Last night was supposed to be a rally about affordability, and this motherfucker basically said affordability is a Democrat hoax, whatever the fuck that means. And he said, people should cut down. Don't get your kids don't need 36 pencils or whatever the fuck it was he said. I mean, unbelievable. Oh. Let me see something. Did he say anything about the new Democratic mayor of Miami? I don't think so. I don't think so. 41% approval. Now he's trending upward. Next one might hit 46. Well, we'll see about that, Victor. I mean, he was just at 36, so he hasn't done anything to bring his approval rating up that much. But he is 41% in I think yesterday's Reuters poll or something, which is very good for him. Train of Thought is a great Dream Hater album or Dream Theater album. Just what? I'm trying to widen my screen and can't damn well do it. Oh, you go to my channel, bro, and pick the other live stream. There's a horizontal and a vertical. You just got to click on the one that's vertical. There's 2 lives going at once right now on my channel. They're the exact same thing, but one is a vertical that shows up in shorts, in the shorts feed, and the other one is a horizontal where you got to actually click on the video. What's up? Talking with Tammy or Tommy? My bad. Talking with Tommy. How you doing? Have to take a humongous dump. All right, Ethan, go ahead and take care of that, man. David Tucker, TDS. Here we go. That's the sign of a bright individual, a guy who can only put 3 letters in a chat. And stop talking about my tremendous dick syndrome. Okay, if your wife wants to talk about it, David, that's fine. But not you. I'm a heterosexual male. Okay, thank you. Trump is definitely an idiot, without a doubt. LOL, Dream Theater is a progressive rock band. Oh, yeah, shit. Not my type of music. Yeah, I know they do. They don't realize how stupid they sound. David, please don't spam. I already got rid of them. I can't stand that spamming shit. I can't stand it. Ethan K, I don't know about that, but thank you. Thank you. Oh, you got it? Good, Matthew. Yeah, it actually helps me more if people are watching the horizontal stream, but let me just check something real quick here. So this one, it won't let me. Bear with me, guys. Hold on. So this one, okay, 21 people watching. Yeah, this might have been a bad idea. I'm trying to do something here. I'm trying to figure out the best way to stream, and it appears that this isn't it. To try to do two of these at once. Anyway, MAGA. Rommel says MAGA. Sweet. What about it? What about MAGA, Rommel? You a fan of MAGA? Are you a MAGA person yourself? Are you a maggot? So anyway, guys, listen. Last night I did a politics show, and I was playing Trump's rally, and they're boring. They're very boring, and you do catch them saying dumb shit. It's fun to provide commentary for and stuff, but I mean, it gets boring after a while, and people are bringing other shit up in the chat. So I decided to stop streaming it after maybe I don't know, probably only 10-15 minutes in. But I heard more of it this morning, and it was just more ridiculousness. They don't care, guys. Republicans do not give a shit. If you're a working person, they do not give a shit about you. If you're poor, they really don't give a shit about you. They don't care. Middle class, get out of here. These guys consistently raise taxes on the middle class to lower taxes on the richest people. And they've convinced the poorest people in this country that that's what's best for them. I mean, think about that shit. For real. The poorest people in this country are like, yeah, more tax cuts for the rich. Fucking A. The fuck are you happy about that for? That doesn't help you, stupid ass. You're still living in the same shack you were living in 2015. Way better than your Democrat bullshit. How do you figure? Tell me how, Josh. Elaborate on that. Tell me how. Crockett hates your skin. No. Rommel, what are you? Just out of curiosity, with a name like that, what are you? What's your background? Because chances are Trump hates yours, unless you're Lily White, of course. You don't like Jasmine Crockett, huh? Jasmine Crockett is the shit. Tears your president up. I bet you would suck Joe Biden's dick. Well, the reason you believe that, Josh, is because you would suck Trump. See, anytime somebody says something like that, it's a projection. By the way, very gay thing to say, Josh. I know a lot of you guys are closeted. Most of MAGA men are closeted, but stop it. But if that guy wanted you to blow him, Donald Trump, you'd do it in a heartbeat. You would. So you think you put that on us? We don't worship politicians. Joe Biden is not important to me. Never was. Never was. Just the guy I voted for. Black and Italian? Oh my God, Rommel, then you're one dumb motherfucker if you think Trump doesn't hate the color of your skin. Are you serious? Jasmine Crockett hates the color of mine. You do realize that Donald Trump is endorsed by the KKK and every white supremacist group in this country, right? You know that he had a fucking dinner at Mar-a-Lago with Nick Fuentes, right? A self-proclaimed neo-Nazi and white supremacist. You guys are really the most confusing ones. The people of color that think Donald Trump likes them. Holy shit. Why do you have such a vulgar vocabulary? Because I fucking feel like it. Obviously. False. Rommel says false. Okay, tell me what I'm wrong about. I'll wait. Nick pokes at your feelings. No, he doesn't at all. He doesn't at all. I'm an Italian guy. You know what I mean? How's he poke at my feelings? Matter of fact, I don't agree with his white supremacy shit. I don't like that he's a racist, but the shit he says about Trump and MAGA, he's 100% right. He's 100% right. He said that, eventually everybody's going to figure out that MAGA was the greatest trick ever played on America. And I've been saying that for fucking years. If Trump can cuss, so can you. That's right. God damn it. Thank you, DF Horror Productions. Serious, the clue is in the title. We Republican men use wisdom, not feelings. Oh, yeah? Why don't you share some of that wisdom with me? Tell me, give me some good advice, some good life advice, Rommel. I heard a great quote: idolizing Trump is like thinking the stripper really likes you. 100%. 100% But these men probably think that too. You know, they go in their strip club, they think, oh my God, I'm going to leave with this bitch. No, you're not. No, you're not. Yes, Matthew Wren, by the way. Street smart politics, street politics, whatever you want to call it. That's why I curse so much. Yeah, I'm not a fucking college guy. I'm a different type of dude. Republican men are the most emotional creatures, hands down. The softest little snowflakes. Don't vote blue. Best advice you can get. Peter G, tell me why. So let's just say I'm a working person and I make, average amount of money per year, and my wife does about the same, whatever the average is for working class people. Why would it be better for me to vote red? Please tell me. Oh, Trump is the most emotional. A straight bitch, 24-hour a day fucking crybaby, victim, always whining about his sad life. Meanwhile, the guy grew up in a golden palace. Fucking asshole. MAGA wants you to sit in poverty and hate your neighbor while the elite loot the treasure of the nation. Yes, exactly. But they still think the Democrats are the elites. Like it's them. It's not the actual. I mean, Donald Trump, when you guys talk about Democrat elites and you support Donald Trump, you are aware of the fact that Donald Trump is not just an elite, the elite, right? He's the president. He lived his life in a golden fucking palace. He was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He wouldn't know a hard day's work if it slapped him in his fucking face. He's never worked a hard day in his life. Everything he got was handed to him by his dad. He doesn't know. You think he can relate to you fucking people? Last night he said, stop buying your kids so many fucking pencils. He thinks kids collect pencils. He thinks that's what kids play with, pencils and dolls. Fox News told you guys, slow down on the spending for Christmas this year. They didn't say the economy's good. Trump's doing a bang-up job. They said the economy's, listen, people are hurting. Don't spend so much money on Christmas. Don't forget about your grandmother. She doesn't need slippers. And if you have out-of-town relatives, don't spend money shipping them a gift. So in other words, fuck everybody. Don't have Christmas this year. But let's make sure we give more tax cuts to the richest people. So school teachers can pay 35% tax rate, and fucking Jeff Bezos can pay the measly 1.1% he pays now. You've never heard Trump whine. Are you being serious, Stephanie? You're fucking around, right? You're pulling my leg. When isn't he whining? The guy literally goes on stage constantly and talks about how I'm the most persecuted president ever. The most persecuted. No president has been through what I've been through. All that whiny bitch shit. Are you kidding me? The fucking the witch hunt bullshit, the hoax bullshit, Russia hoax. All these things that happen to him for good reason. He cries about it and he acts like a victim. There's no way you could be serious. There's never a moment when he's not whining. Okay, Bible. The liberal goes left and follow the heart, which is foolishness. The conservative follows toward the right, which follows wisdom. That's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. It really is. And the Bible, that like everything conservatives stand for today goes against everything in the Bible, right? Like the Bible is all about taking care of the poor and feeding the hungry. And that's everything the Republican Party is against. You do realize that, right, dummy? Larger take-home income, lower gas, lower taxes. It's about being on the outside. Trump wasn't part of the political club. That's what you don't get. Yes, he was, Peter G. He was donating money to Hillary Clinton. And by the way, Kamala Harris, too. Okay, and he started his political career by trying to say the first black president isn't an American citizen. He's Peter G. I know you don't think he's a politician. Last night on his thing, and I should have clipped it, but I could find it. Believe me, he calls himself a politician. And you guys say he's not a politician. He's 100% politician. Okay, and he's as crooked as they come, Peter G. And there's not larger take-home income. Okay, none of Trump's policies have taken effect yet, you dope. Lower gas, that's it. And gas is lower approximately 10 cents a gallon less than it was last year as far as the national average. And that's what matters, the national average. It's about 320 now. It was 330 last year. Okay. And what else did you mention? Oh, just being on the outside. You're insane for thinking that. You're insane. Yeah, the soccer peace prize is wisdom and not emotional. Who you trying to kid? Yeah, the fucking FIFA peace prize. This guy stands there like he just got the Nobel Peace Prize. Fucking dipshit. Democrat bullshit, like affordable health care, the ultra wealthy paying their fair share and treating immigrants like humans. Yeah, what a bunch of bullshit. Joey Knuckles, they're the dumbest motherfuckers on earth, bro. They are. They don't even realize that they hurt themselves in order to help these billionaires. They don't realize it. You're so twisted. You must be getting paid. You're so full of shit. You think people are stupid. No, Nancy. I know you're stupid. I don't think you're stupid. I know you are. If you're a Republican voter and you're not super wealthy, you're an idiot. Okay. It's just the way it is. The only smart people that vote for Republicans are rich ones. Okay. If you're middle class or working class, you're a jerk off if you fucking vote for Republicans. Bottom line. And you guys are so funny. By the way, your is YOU''RE. Okay. You guys think that anybody who speaks out against Trump is getting paid. There's no way people could just be against Trump, even though the majority of the world, the overwhelming majority, hate that motherfucker with a passion. Crockett went to a private school that cost $30,000 a year, but got you thinking she's from the hood. Rommel, I'll have to check that out. You might be right. But anything you guys say, I got to check. Because you guys also say she's got millions of dollars and all that, and that's complete bullshit. But hold on, let me see. Where's she from? I know she's from Texas, but where? Attended Mary Institute of in St. Louis Country Day School. In high school, she attended Private Mary Institute in St. Louis Country Day School. So let me ask you something. How do you know she's not from the hood? But by the way, I never thought that. I think you think that because she's black. So you just assume she's from the hood. That's what I think. That would be my guess. If ignorance was painful, you would be in the nearest ICU. Serious Star, tell me how. Tell me what I've been wrong about so far. Trump don't even get a paycheck to be president. Rommel, let me tell you about something. It's called the Domestic Emoluments Clause. Okay. Foreign emoluments clause too really applies, but he doesn't take the check because if he takes the check, that's all he can take. So he doesn't take the check so he could pillage and plunder and bring in fuck tons more money than the little $400,000 a year a president gets. He has made $3.8 billion since he took office on January 20th. You could look it up right now. $3.8 billion. 40% of his entire net worth has been accumulated in the last, 10, 11 months. He doesn't take the check because of the emoluments clause. You can look into it. It's so he can be crooked. It's so he can be corrupt. It's so he could sell his stupid watches and his fucking Bibles and his sneakers and all that horse shit while being president of the United fucking States of America. It's so he could take bribes from corporations and shit like that. That's why. It's not because he's a noble man, you know? Only hear the crazy leftist whining bitch. Really, Nancy Jacobson? Let me ask you, how did you guys handle it? I'm trying to remember. How exactly, guys, did they handle it when Colin Kaepernick kneeled, practicing his First Amendment constitutional right? How did they handle that when he kneeled in protest? Was it Democrats or Republicans that were in their backyards burning all their Nike shit because of Colin Kaepernick? How about when Bud Light got a trans representative. Did they boycott Bud Light and bitch like a bunch of fucking babies about it? How about when it was suggested that they wear masks to protect their fellow man? Did they cry like fucking babies? Ow, mask hurt, facey. Did they do that? How about Target? Target got some clothes. They were selling some clothes these fuckers didn't like because they're bigoted assholes. Did they cry like little bitches about that? I believe so. How about when Netflix made a deal with Barack Obama? Did they all start whining like babies and canceling Netflix? Yes, they did. How about when Charlie Kirk got killed and people were just saying things like he wasn't a great guy, and they were trying to get people fired from their jobs and canceled just because they didn't kiss Charlie Kirk's ass, and they still whine about it? What about that? What about when they whine about how persecuted Donald Trump is? Yeah, it's only the left, sure. We are apparently getting a speech today about how good the economy is while friends have to wear winter coats indoors. Ain't that some shit? Trump is completely delusional, yes. Whining is Trump's official communication method. It is. Why don't you want America to be better? Oh, I do. I do, Nancy. And you know, the funny thing is you probably do too, except you're stupid. And because you're stupid, you think Donald Trump is the one that's going to do that. See, I'm smart enough to know otherwise. I know who would have made the country better, and it's not Donald Trump. And if he's making the country better, I would like to ask you, how exactly? Tell me how. I'm going to go to the bottom of the chat here right after I shout this out. Victor Falls, 1050. See, even a Republican can support Mr. Street Smarts. We may disagree, but that's okay. See, that's why I love you, Victor. This dude is a Trump supporter, but he's a good dude, shows support for the show, awesome guy. He is now, how dense can you be? He is now what? We've never had a black president? Gotcha. Yeah. You support mass abortion, drag queen literature, time with kids, child sex changes, mass immigration, high taxes, 74 genders. Let's not forget men and girls' locker rooms. No. I don't. You don't know me. Mass abortion, first of all, yes. Abortion, I think women should have the right to choose 100%. Drag queen literature, a time with kids. Listen, that happened when my daughter was in school and I went just to see what it was all about because I was fucking real pissed off. I didn't want that shit, right? And then I went and I watched it and I realized, oh, just a dude dressed like a chick reading regular kids' books to kids. And they were actually entertained by the costume, basically. I said, what's so bad about that? You guys are just bigots and you're afraid of everything. You think your kid is so soft and fucking feminine that somebody's going to change him into a girl. You're fucking babies. You're fucking idiot, fearful assholes. Mass immigration. Yeah, well, you don't know anything about immigration. And if you did, you would understand why our country would be absolutely fucked without it. You would also know that our country is built on immigration. My grandparents were immigrants. And guess who else's parents were? Guess whose parents were immigrants? You ready? You ain't going to believe it. Donald Trump's. Well, his father might have been second generation. Yeah, his mother was an immigrant. Okay? Yeah. And so is his stupid fucking whore wife, by the way. She's also an immigrant. And to this day, she can barely speak fucking English. You know who else is an immigrant? Elon Musk. You guys just hate Mexican people. You don't hate immigrants. You hate Mexicans and Hispanic, Latino people. That's all. It's all about racism and hatred with you motherfuckers. And 74 genders. Listen, I don't align with any of that horse shit. I'm not. If you ask me, there's two and only two. You have no brain. California taxes gas and causes it to be high. Gas is lower. Just admit it. Gas is lower than national average. Victor Falls, you want to tell them? You want to put it in the chat? By about 10 cents a gallon nationwide. On the average, it's 10 cents lower than it was last year. So say you guys got a 12-gallon tank, you're saving $1.20 on a full tank of gas, you know? So there you go. You're in the money now. You've made it. Fuck it. Give those billionaires more tax cuts, you stupid fucks. To have open minds and to consider different views is liberal. Conservatives tend to use religion to get people all emotional. Yes. Biden shut down the Keystone pipeline that started off the skyrocketing inflation. No, it didn't. Do you know that under Joe Biden? Let me check with Grok. Let me check with Elon Musk's Grok. Let me see what she says. Hey, Grok.
Hey, what's up?
Was there record oil production under the Biden administration?
Yeah, actually, U.S. oil production hit all-time highs under Biden, peaking at like 13.4 million barrels a day in August 20.
Go on.
Yeah. Back in 2023, we also set records, 12.9 million barrels daily. Biden's policies, like pausing new leases, didn't really slow things down. Private land drilling just ramped up. Still, critics say it's not green enough, while others cheer the energy boom.
What do you know? Thank you, Grok. What do you know? Look at that. Yeah, inflation is because of COVID, jackass. The entire world had inflation. Literally, every single country on the face of the earth had massive inflation because of COVID, because of course they did. It was a pandemic that shut down the whole fucking world. Okay? So that's why, and let me just tell you about inflation real quick. He brought it down from 9.1% to 2.4%. You know when that was? That was this time last year, 2.4%. You know what it is now under Donald Trump with his tariffs? 3%. How about that? It almost sounds like it's higher under Trump than it was under Biden this time last year. Yeah. Sunburst, Robert B., $2. Here's the money I saved on gas this month. Thank you, Robert B. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. America dealt with COVID inflation better than any G7 country. 100%. Yes, we are. No doubt. I paid $2.29 yesterday when Biden was in office. I was paying $4 and it peaked at $5. Again, John Black, this is what we call anecdotal evidence. So according to you, gas is $2.29 nationwide because it's $2.29 where you are. But it's not, because take me, for example. When Biden left office, gas was $2.99 a gallon right down the street. At that same gas station right now, it's $3.20 a gallon. And there's 2 gas stations within 5 miles of me that have gas at $3.46 a gallon. So it depends on where you are. There's many places where it's higher. And that's why the national average is about 10 cents a gallon lower than it was this time last year. Anonymous Legion, it's truly shocking that Trump supporters blindly follow him this way. The damage he's doing will almost be irreversible, and his supporters don't even see it. No, they don't. They refuse to see it. They see it. Like Anonymous Legion, I mean, in my personal opinion, they can't not see that shit's costing more. They just won't acknowledge it because they're so dug in on this guy. They can never admit that he was wrong. I mean, these people, a lot of them sacrificed a lot to support this man, and they know he's fucking everything up. I mean, look at farmers. We have 259 more farmer bankruptcies this year than we had all of 2024. And the year is not even over yet, okay? Because Donald Trump's tariffs on China made it so that China isn't buying certain things from us, like soybeans. Okay, so we have tons of soybean farmers who are losing everything because of Trump's tariffs on China. Now, he also increased imports from Argentina. Okay, so our cattle ranchers will be fucked too. Beef imports from Argentina, if I didn't say that the first time. So our cattle ranchers will be fucked too. Okay, so that's why he's giving them $12 billion, and he's acting like a hero because he started a fire and now he's putting it out. Because the soybean farmers were not in trouble under Biden. Go check it out. They were not. Let me see. This show sucks. So do you. This guy is located in Bangladesh or Pennsylvania, whichever one you want to pick. What about the damage Democrats have done to children? Oh my God, I want to hear all about this, Samuel. What did Democrats do to children? Yeah, Penn 9121, yes. 91, I'm sorry, yeah. LOL, Democrat damage to children, expand, please. Yeah, I want to hear more. So it's okay for China to slam us with tariffs, but we can't do the same to them. No, targeted tariffs are one thing. Universal tariffs are bad. And do you know what China's tariffs were on the U.S.? And you know what they are under Trump on China? Yes, China made a deal with the U.S. in late 2025 to resume buying American soybeans, committing to 12 million metric tons by the end of 2025 and at least 25 million through 2028. Yes. Now, you want to hear something, Samuel Gross? I'm going to break your heart. Since China made a deal with the wait a minute, I got to ask this thing. Since China made a deal with the U.S. to buy 12 million metric tons of soybeans by the end of 2025, how many have they actually purchased? Ready? As of early to mid-December 2025, China has purchased only about 3 million metric tons of the pledged 12 million metric tons of U.S. soybeans, while well behind the original schedule. Understand? Committed amount. China agreed to purchase at least 12 million metric tons of U.S. soybeans during November and December 2025. Actual purchases to date. According to U.S. Department of Agriculture data compiled by various sources, China has bought approximately 2.85 to 3 million metric tons since the end of October. Shortfall. This volume is significantly short of the promised amount with the year-end deadline fast approaching. Yes. So just because there was a deal made doesn't mean it's being honored. So soybean farmers are going out of fucking business. You're a moron with money. If you're going to call me a moron, could you at least spell the word "you're" right, please? Thank you. Shut the fuck up. And Josie, do you even know what gender you are? Yeah, Jay Mia, you stupid bitch. Listen, don't insult my friend Josie. First of all, I'll give her a wrench and have her block the living shit out of you. Secondly, that's a thing you guys are only told. I know nothing but Democrats, and none of them have any confusion about what gender they are. This is just something you're told because you're stupid and they can convince you of things like that. They want to force children into sexual ideology in elementary school. No, they don't, Samuel Gross. And I'll tell you what, if you could find me any examples of this happening on a widespread basis, like, this is really taking place in schools across America, I will quit YouTube today. I'll quit YouTube. I'll give up my channel. So go ahead, find me that where this is a widespread problem, that Democrats are trying to force children into sexual ideology in elementary. And tell me something else, Samuel Gross. Why would they? Just out of curiosity, why would that be important to the Democrat agenda? Trump is making enemies with U.S.'s largest trading partners and destroying an 80-year-old solid alliance with these partners. The U.S. makes most money on military arms sales. True. Just another fear story to energize Republicans. Of course, of course. All hail King Donald. Roger B. is an asshole. They're dumb MAGA maggots. They are. They are. The American consumer has to be aware that we have paid to upgrade their military. Who is we? Samuel, yes, they do. No, they don't. Tell me where. Get me the credible source, Samuel. Don't just say shit. I want the credible source for that information. I want to see where you got this information that Democrats are pushing sexual ideology onto children in elementary school. I'm asking you. Now, you wouldn't just be saying that, right? Without a source or any credible information. You wouldn't just be saying that because that's what maggots do, would you? Because I would like for you to go get me the source. Thank you. Trump can't spell king. Yeah, no shit. I don't care about LGBTQ lifestyle. It doesn't affect my life. Thank you. Me too. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I don't care. I don't know. I'd love to ask these people why it bothers them. But see, that's why the Republicans and Fox News had to push it on them. Oh, it's happening to your children, because anybody would be concerned if there's any type of sexual anything being pushed onto children. Everybody would lose their shit. But that's why everybody isn't losing their shit, because it's not really happening. You know what I mean? But that's why they're in fear. They're afraid. They're afraid that they'll turn gay if there's too many gay people. Meanwhile, most of them already are. Grindr crashes every time there's a huge Republican event. Wherever they have the event, Grindr crashes because there's so many gay people in the Republican Party, way more than the Democratic Party. So yeah, I don't care. I mean, I'd love for these people to articulate to me why you're bothered by gay and trans people, because I am not. I don't care what two grown adults do behind closed doors. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't understand why you do. They can't, Victor, but thanks for trying. Can you tell me why Biden opened our borders? What was the reasoning behind that? It's an honest question. Well, he didn't open our borders, so that would be the answer. You guys have this picture in your minds of Donald Trump and Kamala Harris opening big gates to the U.S. from Mexico and saying, come on, guys, come on in, come in. That didn't happen. People were getting deported under Joe Biden. Arrests were being made. People were being sent back. He was too lax on the borders. There's things he could have done to tighten up the borders without question. And one of them was the bipartisan border bill, which Republicans and Democrats authored together. They were all going to vote on it until Donald Trump said, do not vote for the bipartisan border bill because the border is an issue I need to run on. Okay. I won't win the election without being able to run on the border. So don't fix anything during an election year. And if you don't believe me, I'll prove it to you. So Biden did try to do things to help the border, but in my opinion, he could have done more. He definitely could have done more. But still, we didn't have open borders. If we had open borders, our population would have been doubled. Yeah, right, Samuel Gross. Yeah, you're totally MAGA. They don't have proof of anything. You talking about with the children shit in school? Of course not. You're just a bigot. Oh, I'm a bigot. Who am I a bigot against? Who exactly? They still think people are eating the pets too. They do. They really do. Where's Trump's healthcare plan? Oh, he's got concepts of a plan. Yeah, for about 9 years or so now. Why is there a book called Gay ABC in Elementary School? Well, let me see. So there's a book called Gay BCs. What the fuck is that? And it says availability in specific elementary schools depends on local curriculum and policies. So it's not a widespread issue. It's where are these books? Oh shit. Hold on. Trying to do real-time research here. Hold on, guys. God damn it. Yeah, I guess. Me personally, I think there's only two, but I hear you. Yeah, book acquisition decisions are made at the local level by individual schools. So it says it is not possible to provide a comprehensive list of every specific school that has the book, the Gay BCs, in its library or curriculum. Book acquisition decisions are made at the local level by individual schools and district, and this information is not centrally tracked in a public searchable database. Most school libraries have an online catalog. You can use this to, obviously. The book is, however, available through public library systems and educational resource programs, which are widely distributed. So it doesn't appear that it's even in the majority of public schools or even a lot of public schools. Otherwise, they'd have some information on it. So it seems like it's a book that's available in certain school districts based on their policies and standards. So which ones? Are you talking about Washington, California? Where is this a nationwide thing? Where's this happening? That's why I said, but can you please go get me the credible source, sir? Thank you. Fuck Trump, pamper wearing bitch. Yeah. Trump said smart people don't like him. That's all I need to hear. He didn't say that. No, he never said that. I'm sure of it.
Smart people don't like me, you know. Smart people don't like me, you know. And they don't like what we talk about.
Oh, look at that. Looks like he did say it. All right, let me see here. It's fucking weird a book like that is in school. Can I ask you what bothers you about it? Just out of curiosity, Samuel Gross. Like, I'm going to assume a book like that, wherever it's located, is probably, it probably exists where it does as a way of, introducing kids to diversity. Like, yeah, listen, there's people that are gay too, because kids don't understand when they see two men together, two women together, which they're going to see. They have eyes, most of them, right? So what if it's just introducing them to that type of diversity? What is your fear exactly? Is your fear that your kids are going to become gay because of it? Because let me tell you, read the book yourself and you tell me. Samuel Gross, you've read the Gay BCs, huh? Are you repressed by any chance? Just be honest with me. Trump said he'd lower grocery prices starting day one. What happened to that? Oh, they've only gotten higher. A certain group has pulled the U.S. to the far right, and publishing propaganda was a part of the plan. It's fear-mongering. Yeah, I believe it 100%. Yep. In the book, it says, if you don't like girls, then you're gay. Well, Samuel Gross, what's misleading or false about that statement? What exactly? Is that not true? Samuel Gross, just out of curiosity. Dude, my mom's gay and she thinks a lot of this is weird. Oh, well, in that case, it's definitely weird if your mom says so. Anyway, answer my fucking question, please. What are you afraid is going to happen? Let's just say it is weird. Do I think it's weird? Yeah, it's a little weird. But what harm is it doing? That's what I'm asking you for. What boy in elementary likes girls? Let me tell you something. I loved bitches when I was in probably second grade. I already loved bitches. I was like, look at these whores. Oh my God. Are they sexy? No, I don't know. I was pretty young though. I think boys could stop liking or start liking girls in elementary school. I'm assuming we all did probably. I can't remember exactly. I have a horrible memory. Although I do remember when I lived in Queens, I did kind of have a little girlfriend and we were like 6. So yeah. Yeah, you're like the 1%. No. Guys in the chat, men, how many of you think you're at least aware of an attraction to girls when you were in elementary school? I mean, this is unheard of. Only 1% of people. My son always has friends who are girls. Yeah. My stepson had a girlfriend at 12 years old. And I mean, they're not like, but they're a little boyfriend and girlfriend. Yeah, I know. Bro's making the argument for pedos and doesn't even realize it. No, I'm not. How, Dane Miller? Could you explain that to me? Samuel Gross, can you answer me? Why are you bothered by this book existing in schools? Tell me, please. I was always attracted to girls, even in first grade. Yeah, exactly. So, in other words, the line that bothers Samuel Gross is that if you don't like girls, then you're gay. But I don't understand what's wrong about that. Is that not the truth? And it probably doesn't say it that bluntly. It probably says something along those lines, like maybe. And I don't even know why that book exists in any schools. But I'm asking you, what harm does it do? Why does it bother you? Like, listen, I got 2 stepsons. I got a daughter, right? My daughter is with a man. They're getting married soon. My 2 stepsons both have girlfriends. Okay. Now, let's just say this book is in their school, and it isn't, by the way. I could tell you why in a minute. Didn't turn him gay. My oldest stepson, he didn't turn gay. They're both pretty young. Okay, so what is it that you're worried about happening with these books? MAGA is obsessed with male genitalia. Oh, my God, are they? and held hands with girls and took naps. Yes, we were aware and held hands with girls and took naps. Took naps? You took naps with girls? What are you saying? The book is weird for being in school. Let's just say it's weird. Why does it bother you? Let me tell you something that I think is weird, okay, when it comes to books. So Republicans in red states are removing any mention of slavery in history books. Now, I feel like that is more damaging than what you're talking about. Do you disagree with me? Are you bothered that red states are removing any mention of slavery, which is absolutely 100% American history? Does it bother you that they're removing that from books? Yeah. Oh, I know. Well, they're not critical thinkers. That's why they're MAGA. You can't be, it's just like you can't be real religious and be a critical thinker. You know what I mean? You can't. So you can't be a Trump supporter and be a critical thinker. Sex should have nothing to do with school and children. Really? Psycho ward. So you didn't have sex ed in school? Because I had sex ed. So are you sure about that? Are you saying that all those decades where schools taught sex education, that was wrong? Tell me why. I'm curious. I sure liked my second grade teacher. She was hot. See what I'm saying? I mean, what do you mean? Like, the guy said you don't know if you like girls when you're in elementary school. And then he says he used to hold hands with girls and take naps, whatever that means. Sam, face facts, Gross Sam has no logic. It is all emotional based. He is extremely emotional. Very, very. Why are we both being called bitches? It's kind of lighthearted. I'm kind of joking, Sherry, to make it funny. You know, don't be offended, please. Or be offended, whatever you want. Buy the book yourself and tell me if you think it should be. You know, I got to be honest with you, Samuel Gross. It appears that you're trying to push the gay BCs on me right now. Now, you see, Samuel, you see how no liberals or leftists in the chat were talking at all about that book or anything like that? And then you, a conservative, a Trump supporter, seem to be pushing this book on us now to the point where you want me to purchase it and then report to you on how I feel about it. Do you feel that is in any way, shape, or form bizarre? If, in fact, you are a heterosexual male. If you're a homosexual male, maybe you're trying to recruit me. I don't know. But why are you so obsessed with this book? Be obsessed if Trump actually did, I can't read, Jamie. Be honest, if Trump actually did something good for the country or for the American people, you would still find a way to spin it and make it a bad thing and vice versa. No, Jamie, that's just what they convince you of, because Trump always plays victim. Even if I cured cancer, they would say I didn't do it. Yeah, if he cured cancer, I'd say it was a great thing. He did the First Step Act. I think that was a good thing. I mean, I have mixed feelings about it because a lot of bad people got out of prison. But overall, I think it's a good thing because, you know, it makes it so that people don't necessarily get sentenced under mandatory minimums and shit like that. So I think the First Step Act was a good thing. Operation Warp Speed, he sped that vaccine along. I think that was a good thing. You guys don't, but I do. And freeing the hostages recently, that was a great thing. I give him credit for that. So there goes your theory. No, Jamie, believe it or not, some of us are critical thinkers, and we can just not agree on everything or disagree on everything. We could take things, you know, as individual policies and stuff and say, is he right on this? Is he wrong on this? Is he right on that? Is he wrong on that? You see? So the majority of what he does, the overwhelming majority of Trump and Republican policies are bad, terrible for the working American person. Okay, so no, if he does something good, I'll say it's good. But if he does something bad, I'll say it's bad. And that's what you have a problem with, because you are so invested in this man, you can't possibly say what he's done that's bad. Let me ask you something. All history should be taught. Thank you. Yeah. So are you bitching about that, though? Are you bitching that slavery is not in books in these red states anymore? Or are you just worried about the gay BCs? So, Jamie, I'm going to ask you a question, and I'm going to go to the bottom of the chat here. Okay. and I'm going to see what you can say to this. Now I'm going to ask you, okay? So a really religious person can't be a critical thinker. No, because you wouldn't be religious if you were. Now let me ask you something. Donald Trump just pardoned about a week ago the former president of Honduras. This man was convicted in America in 2024 of trafficking 500 tons of cocaine into this country. And when Trump was asked why he pardoned the guy, Trump said, well, some people in Honduras told me it would be a good idea. So was that wrong that he pardoned that guy? Watch this. They can't say it's wrong. They can't. Watch. Yeah, that's true. Also true. Stay strapped. Yep. Yes, he does. False. Your TDS is strong Padawan. All right. Killing it. Yeah. My tremendous dick syndrome. Listen, it is. You're right. Name one economic policy Trump ran on that he's delivered. None. That's a child point of view you agreed with. A child's point of view. What's a child's point of view? You won what? A failing economy? I won what? I don't remember saying I won anything. What? Oh, you talking to them? You're probably talking to MAGA, right? Trump took a bullet for America, asshole. No, he didn't. Matter of fact, there is no proof whatsoever that he got hit with a bullet. Okay. It appears that he got nicked with a piece of glass from his teleprompter, like shrapnel. Okay. But you could see his ear every day, and there's nothing wrong with it. He kept a Band-Aid or a bandage on for a few days and then took it off, and there was clearly nothing wrong with his ear. If you look at the last cover of Time magazine, you could see there's nothing wrong with his ear. He did not get shot, fuckface. He did not get shot. If he does anything good for our country, I would be happy, and he deserves credit, but he does nothing good for us. That's right. The Bible is the most proven document in history. No, it's not. Come on, Psycho. Your name is Psycho Ward, so I take it back. Yeah, to you, it probably is. That's complete and total horseshit, but okay. I think it's wrong and a little weird. Well, at least you can concede that, Samuel Gross. What happened to Trump's ear? Oh, wait, he didn't get hit. It was a facade, dude. Yeah. Yeah. Trump's ear is Trump, not America. Also a good point. You're right. They cannot say one thing bad about Daddy Dump Pants because it's a cult. Yeah. Is anybody willing to say that was wrong? What? Jay Mia, what are you talking? Jay Mia, I'm going to ask you the question again since you're deflecting. Is it wrong that Donald Trump pardoned the former president of Honduras who trafficked 500 tons of cocaine into our country? His year grew back in 3 days. Yeah, the FBI confirmed it. Yeah, yeah. And all of a sudden, you believe the FBI, right? When they say Trump does something wrong, the FBI is completely full of shit, and you try to discredit them in every way possible. But since they said he got hit with a bullet, you believe it. And again, what I said is there is no proof he got shot with a bullet. The FBI saying it is not proof. Trump is the greatest liar. He is. D. Gady. Brother, go read it. I could tell you never have. The Bible, bro. Let me tell you some things about the Bible. Couple few things here, okay? First of all, there's one thing I know for sure. There's several. I'm gonna go down the list. Now I know you'll say it's supposed to be a metaphor. It's not supposed to be taken literally, except it is, and people take it literally. There's no such thing as a virgin giving birth. That's number one. Okay. It's not possible. I know that as a human being, a virgin cannot give birth. I also know that snakes can't talk. There's no such thing as a talking snake. And I also know that if there was an ark and you put 2 of every single species on it, The majority of those species would not survive. They would not survive. You're going to put like 2 flies and like 2 bunny rabbits on a ship with like 2 elephants and 2 tigers, for example. Okay, this is why critical thinking comes into play. The Bible is a children's book. It's goofy. It's fantasy. Okay, and it is not the most proven book in fucking history. Holy shit. All right, thank you, J. Mia. Appreciate that. You still didn't say if it was wrong, but whatever. Trump is a general patron's son. He changed his name to Trump. Sorry, what? Yeah, what kind of, I know, all over his face. Oh, General Patton's son? You believe that, huh? All right. He can't answer that. What can I answer? Stay strapped. Where's the question? Where's his question? You're going to have to ask it again and stay strapped. I can answer anything. They will never answer a question directly. No. I'm going to go to the bottom. Now ask the question, stay strapped. What's also been altered? The Bible? Of course. Many times, which is another thing, a proven historical text, you'd never have that situation where it's been altered numerous times. They put out the Old Testament, very sick book. If your kids disrespect you, stone them to death in public. If your neighbor works on the Sabbath, stone him to death in public. Stuff like that, condoning slavery, those types of things. So they said, this isn't popular with the masses. We got to change our bullshit story. So they changed it to the New Testament. And, you guys buy it hook, line, and sinker. You don't realize that all religion is population control. Not population control. I'm sorry. It's what's the words I'm looking for? Not population. I'm an idiot. My bad. It's just control over society. It's put in place to control us because they realized early on that human beings are fucking animals and they're going to do horrible shit to each other. So let's try to figure out how to control these people and put out this ridiculous book that was rewritten, I don't know how many times in like 70 years before they settled on a version. Okay. Let me tell you something. How many times you tell somebody a story and then you find out they told somebody else that story, but by the time it got to the second person, it was changed? You know how many times this story was changed? It's bullshit to begin with, by the way. So, anyway, yeah. I had this argument with somebody recently, and I had to beat them down with facts, and it pissed them off in a major way. Besides, also, I want to remind you, there is no proof whatsoever that there is a God. None, period. Just wanted to throw that in there. Oh, there's no hell, stupid. I won't be burning in something that doesn't exist. It's absolutely disgusting that he pardoned him. Jamie, you see that? There you go. The common ground. See, we agree on that. Yes, it can happen. I never thought Jamie would do it. It is disgusting. It is. And here's another one, but you don't have to give your opinion on this if you don't want. One of his pardons before that one was for a guy they call CZ. His name is very complicated. I can't pronounce it. Xing Jinping or something. I don't know what the fuck it is. Okay. This dude was the CEO of Binance. Binance was a crypto platform where he helped terrorists and pedophiles launder money. That's just some of the scumbags he allowed to launder money. Okay. This guy got arrested. He pled guilty to his crimes. He wasn't railroaded by the Biden administration or none of that horse shit. Okay. He pled guilty to his crimes. Then he secured a $2 billion investment into World Liberty Financial. That's Trump's company that owns his crypto coin. $2 billion to Trump. What do you know? A few months later, he's pardoned. Pardoned for crimes that he pled guilty to committing. And when he was asked about this on 60 Minutes, his exact response was this, literally in these exact words, guys. He said, "Are you ready?" You know how he does that? "Are you ready? I don't know who the guy is. I don't know anything about him." Now, that seems to me like an auto pen type of situation, doesn't it? But in reality, he knows who the guy is. But she brought up, the interviewer brought up brought up a pay to play, which this obviously is a pay to play scheme. The guy gives $2 billion. He gets a pardon. It's bribery. So Donald Trump, and if you can go look at the transcript of the 60 Minutes interview, he made them edit it. You know, the same thing he sues networks for when they edit Kamala interviews and stuff like that. He made them edit the video because at one point he said, if you keep bringing up pay to play, I'm just going to walk out and end the interview. He made them edit that part out. He didn't like that she kept asking. He said, I don't want you asking these questions. Okay? So pure bribery. He gets $2 billion. He pardons a guy. Now, it's up to you if you guys want to answer that one. I think Jamie is the only one that answered the one about the former president of Honduras. But that one is also as wrong as could be. And not to mention a guy, his mother went to a benefit dinner for Trump, paid $1 million to Trump as like a donation. Boom, her son gets a pardon. He's selling pardons. Yes, it's absolutely wrong. Well, thank you, Jamie. See, that tells me that Jamie isn't completely brainwashed. Trump's going to be in prison 2026 guaranteed. I don't know about 2026, but I'd love for you to read the Bible in your own time, though, but I highly doubt you would, but I can hope. Psycho Ward, I'll just tell you this. I've done a good bit of time in my life, okay? So you tell me if you think there's a good chance I read the Bible. I can't tell you I read it from front to back, no. But I've read the Bible, okay? I've read through it and everything else. And it doesn't change the fact that I live in a world, okay, just like you do, by the way, where I see mass shootings, school shootings. You want to know what's solidified my atheism? First of all, I watched my friend Shannon's little girl suffer with leukemia from when she was 2 years old until she finally died in her mother's arms at the age of 7. That was number one. Number two was 9/11. I went to Ground Zero not long after 9/11 happened, within weeks or so. And I saw and smelled what had taken place. You could smell the death in the air. And I saw the faces of the firefighters who, lost friends and relatives and everything else. And I saw how they were still knocking buildings down with a wrecking ball that were still burning weeks later. And then I believe it was December 15th, 2012, I think. I saw Sandy Hook. I saw 23, 24 second graders get gunned down in their classrooms by a fucking asshole whose stupid bitch mother decided to leave guns laying around the house where this fucking misfit lived. Okay. And that was it for me. That's when I said, you know what? There can't be a God in this world. There simply can't be. And if there is, he's either so incompetent that he can't do anything to stop these atrocities, or he just cares so little that he doesn't even bother to stop these atrocities. And I came to the conclusion that whether either one of those has to be true, regardless of which one it is, he's useless. He's fucking useless. And I don't need him in my life. So there you go. That's my opinion. Who loves filthy criminals? Trump? Oh, yeah, no doubt. JD, suck my balls. What's that in reference to? JD. Anyone who says there is no God is an idiot. Yeah. Or we're just critical thinkers who do not believe in something simply because we're told it exists. You see how it correlates? People who believe in God also believe in Trump. You see? And Trump, it could be proven a million different ways that by voting for him, you voted against your own best interests. He's doing things to hurt you more than anyone else. But you also happen to believe in a God based on faith only, no proof whatsoever that he exists. You voted for Trump based on faith, and you believe in God based on faith. I don't believe in things based on faith. I have to see shit. I have to see results. Then I'll start believing. Chris, why do these pardons shock you? You're talking about a man that rolled out the red carpet for a wanted war criminal in Alaska. Trump only cares about money and dictators. Yeah, he had our fucking military get on their hands and knees and roll out the red carpet for Vladimir Putin. And then after the meeting, when they did a press conference, he let Vladimir talk first. Despicable. The president cannot be held accountable for anything they do while they're in office. Not true. You misunderstand the ruling. The Supreme Court said they leave it up to the judges. Okay. So in other words, if Donald Trump, let's just say, he raped a woman in office, which if he hasn't already, he probably will. Okay. There's no way you could say I did that while carrying out presidential duties. Like, in other words, you did it as part of your duties as president. That's all they gave him immunity for. Okay. That's all they gave him immunity for. That's one of the reasons his 34 felony convictions stand to this day, because he wasn't carrying out these crimes as a, you know, as a president who's carrying, you know, it's not part of, Jesus Christ, I can't even talk. He carried out these crimes to stop a porn star from reporting to the general public, the electorate, that he fucked this porn star behind his wife's back while she was at home with their newborn child. He can't say that was part of presidential duties. He can't. Okay, so that's why he's a 34-time convicted felon as we speak. So it's not, he can't just do anything in office. He can't just walk up to JD Vance and, you know, he can't, it's not, he's not going to be immune to that, because it can, wherever that case is brought in front of whatever judge, federal judge, state judge, whatever, it's up to their discretion whether he's immune from prosecution for those crimes. He's going to get away with a lot, no doubt, but not everything. Not everything. I mean, there are some things he might be prosecuted for someday. Misdemeanors aren't felonies, morons. You are speaking so much trash. It's called diplomacy. Sorry, guys, I accidentally kicked myself out. So it's not diplomacy. Okay. Diplomacy could be done a lot of different ways. You don't make our military get on their hands and knees and roll out a red carpet for a war criminal and dictator. You do not do that. And that's why it's never been done before. Only Trump. What a surprise. The guy who, without a doubt, we know without a doubt, Putin has dirt on. Without a doubt. Yeah, this is not normal. He called Vladimir Putin and asked him if it was okay if he gave, what are they called? What are they called, guys? What he wanted to give to Putin, the Tomahawk missiles to Putin. And then Putin must have said no because he didn't give them to Zelensky. So our president is owned by Putin and Netanyahu. And if you don't realize that, I don't know what to tell you. So no one answered my question about you guys wanting a man in women's sports or having little boys turning into girls. That's okay. Chris, let me explain something to you. It's not that anybody wants that. It's that most of us are smart enough to know it's not even an issue. Do you understand? There are 560,000 NCAA athletes in this country. And approximately 7 of them are trans. 7 out of 560,000. You guys don't realize that these scumbag Republicans are constantly trying to distract you from the fact that they're robbing you blind. So they bring up these non-issues and they convince you that it's this super huge widespread problem. Meanwhile, how many cases of this have you really seen? Okay. So what they do is anytime it happens, they talk about it for months and they have you thinking this is happening everywhere. Guess what? It's not. It's not happening everywhere. Okay. It's not a big issue at all in any way, shape, or form. So it's not like we like it. Personally, I don't want men and women's sports. I don't care if you transitioned. I don't personally like it. But I don't care about it as an issue because it's not an issue. Do you understand? It's not something that's affecting people like that, the way you think it is. It's just not. It's not even a widespread problem in America. Okay? So, or worldwide, by the way. So, we don't think about it. We don't bitch about it. We don't cry about it. Because Chris, let me tell you, you guys do it under the guise of wanting to protect women. But in reality, you all hate women, just like you hate trans people and Muslim people and Mexican people and black people. Okay. You hate trans people and you hate women. Okay. That's the only reason you bring it up as an issue. It's not because you're protecting the women. Because when it comes to reproductive rights that can save women's lives, if God forbid they have a complicated pregnancy, so they don't have to die on an operating table because the doctor's hands are tied by the fucking state law or whatever that outlaws any type of intervention. Okay. You don't care about single mothers, whether they became single because they lost a loved one, maybe in a war, a husband in a war, or some horrific crime, some freak accident, or whether they're just lazy and they just have kids without a man in their lives, whatever. You don't want them to have WIC. You don't want them to have food stamps. You don't want them to have cash assistance or Section 8 housing, nothing. You don't want the kids to have free school lunches. You don't want any of that happening. You don't even want women to have the right to vote. And I don't know about you in particular, Chris, but the movement as a whole, MAGA, do not want women to have the right to vote, even some of the women, which is astonishing in itself. Okay, so don't try to pretend like as if you're worried about men and women's sports because women can get hurt. You couldn't give two shits about women. Okay, for real. You just don't like trans people. So wherever there's trans people, you throw a fucking fit. That's it. That's it. And having little boys turning into girls, that's simply not happening. I don't listen to CNN, Highlander. You're a dipshit. Just because you listen to Fox News and repeat everything you hear doesn't mean I do it. Don't project onto me. I do not listen to CNN or any network news whatsoever. Yeah, they don't. So again, forget the children too. No. And it would be two O's on that. It's not an issue. Tell me where there's a widespread situation where little boys are being turned into little girls or vice versa. This is not a thing that's happening. We talk about this on every show. Okay. It literally takes years of psychiatry and psychology and consultations with all types of different doctors before it could even happen. And it usually doesn't even happen until the kids in their late teens, like around 18, for example. Okay. This is not when Donald Trump tells you that kids are going to school boys and coming home as girls. If you believe that, you should get a fucking lobotomy. You're too dangerous to be in society. Okay. Oh, yeah, I know. Meanwhile, it's Fox News that is literally the most lying network in the history of the fucking world. Like to the point where they even had to say in a court case, nobody in their right mind would take us seriously. Even they know it's just a show. It's not real news. There you go, spreading more lies. You are a disgusting little flea. You have with a small dick. What? That's probably why you're so mad at God, because you have a nub of a penis. You probably have to strap. Here we go. Another repressed homosexual. You know, like it's so funny. All you conservative MAGA guys, and by the way, you're not conservative. I'll just say MAGA guys. And you so-called Christians, you're really obsessed with guys' cocks, aren't you? It's very strange. Because I got to tell you, I'm a straight man. I was married to a beautiful woman. And I don't spend 1 second of my day thinking about dicks. I don't even think about my own. Okay? It's not even on my mind. I think about pussy. Mainly, that's what I think about because I'm a man and I'm straight. But you guys are obsessed with dicks. You just bring up dicks out of nowhere. It's just so fucking bizarre. That's why you're obsessed with trans people. You're all secretly fucked up. You all want to be with. Anyway. So, apparently I triggered you because you brought up the God thing. I know how you guys get when people don't agree with your fantasy story about your God. I know it's pissed you off. That's fine. I don't mind if you're angry, but stop being triggered by me. And please stop talking about dicks. Okay. You're too worried. You guys are obsessed with dicks. That's why you're all worried about the trans people. Who has a dick? Who doesn't? What are you afraid? There'll be less people with dicks? California show in schools. California show in schools. What does that mean? On the news of California, puberty blockers is real. Yeah, so you're talking about one state, and you can't get the puberty blockers without or hormone therapy of any kind without parental consent. Okay, so Take it up with the parents. What do you want me to tell you? And this is, 1 out of 50 states. Washington, too, might have something like that. But like I said, this is not an issue, Chris Howell. If you don't like it, this is what you do. You want to know what you do? So you don't have to worry about it? Don't live in California. Don't send your kids to school there. Like me, for example. Same thing with the transgender and gay issue. I don't think about these people. So you know what I don't do? I don't go hang out in gay bars and stuff like that. So if you don't like something that's going on somewhere, don't go there. It's as simple as that. Just don't go there. Yeah, take years and years of multiple psychiatrists have to sign off on it. Yes, it's not, you can't just decide, hey, and now today I'm gonna chop off my dick. It's not how it works. Transgender only happens to a tiny percentage of the population. So how many children are in that group? It's important, but they have parents and doctors and therapists. It's obsessive. Yeah, it is obsessive. They're so weird that this is an issue. All this shit that's going on in the world. We're just blowing up innocent fishermen in the Caribbean. And they're like, yeah, but let's talk more about dicks. So fucking weird, man. And it's 1% of the entire U.S. population. And this is what you guys obsess over. You don't care that they just took away 24 million people's fucking health insurance. You don't care that they cut another, 16, 17 million off of fucking Medicaid. You don't care about any of that shit. You don't care when food stamps were frozen and a judge ordered Trump to release contingency funds and he wouldn't do it because he despises poor people. You don't care about billionaires getting huge tax breaks and the rest of us getting an increase. You don't care about any of that shit. You're worried about trans. This is why they control you, because as long as they hate the same people you hate, you'll continue voting for them. That's it. Most MAGA didn't even know one trans person. Probably not, but they're still obsessed. There I go talking about Jenna. You talking to me or them? I get it. You're just retarded and you cannot think beyond the left's talking points because your short memory is full. Okay, Highlander, this is what we're going to do. You see this phone? You're going to call me on this right now. I mean, you won't because you're a coward. But since I'm so stupid, 410-941-9850. Let's have a conversation. And don't call from a blocked number. It won't go through. Why are you always on Trump schlong? Another one. Thinks about Trump, thinks about a dick. I don't know why. Bruh, get into other BS like how the rise of Somali culture. Oh, yeah. You're right. Why worry about the leader of the free world and what he's doing to fuck over all Americans? Let me start worried about Somalis because that's the issue of the week. That's the issue. They got to listen. You know why, too? Let me explain why. I'm going to tell you exactly why. So it's usually Latinos, Hispanic people that they scare you with to get you to vote for them. But they can't do that right now because they need Latinos to vote for them in the midterms. So they laid off Hispanic and Latino people, okay? So now they got you talking about Somalis and you're all distracted with that. And that will be a huge thing they run on because the Somali population is very small. They're not worried about them, but they need that Hispanic voter bloc. So up until the midterms, they'll talk about just like they did up until the election. Did you ever notice, guys, that they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs? This is all we heard about for months. And then Trump got elected and you never heard another word about it since. Isn't that some shit? What happened? Did Haitians just stop eating cats and dogs the day Trump got elected? Or was it never happening and Trump just used it to scare you dickheads into voting for him? And then once he was elected, he didn't need the issue anymore. So now they'll be talking about Somalis right up until the midterms. And then regardless of the results, they won't talk about Somalis anymore. Guarantee it. No, I'm not, Highlander. It's you guys that keep bringing up dicks in the chat. It's fucking weird. I haven't said one word about a dick unless you douchebags bring it up in the chat. You're fucking obsessed with cocks. MAGA is done, so don't even respond. They are worth it. Aren't, maybe you meant. If you ignore them, they have nowhere to go. Yeah, but I need them here to make fun of. That's how I get views and shit. I don't want men and women's sport. Oh, I know you don't, Chris. It's a big issue to you. I know. Could you, by any chance, Chris, could you articulate to me why? I'm curious. Why exactly are you so bothered by it? Trans being taught to kids is horrible. Adults can make their own decisions. And it's not being taught to them, so you got nothing to worry about. Trans being taught to kids. Oh my God, what happened? Look, nobody called in. 410-941-9850. What happened? You wouldn't be scared to debate me, would you? Sexually repressed jerk-offs. They are war, you know. The Somalis ate the Haitians. Oh, shit. What group of people start wars and fund the immigration policies to bring millions of immigrants here? Let me see. Who started that goddamn pesky Iraq war with the claim of the false claim of weapons of mass destruction? Was that George W. Bush? I believe it was. Let's see. Now, you could talk about Ukraine and Russia, which was under no control of Kamala or Biden. But you know that Trump is funding Ukraine still, and he's funding Israel, right? You know that, right? So what group of people start the wars and fund the immigration policies? Oh, fund the immigration policies to bring millions of immigrants here. If you can prove to me that Democrats did anything to get millions of immigrants here, I will apologize and say you were right. Except this is all based on an assumption of yours. You don't know that they did that they did anything to make sure that millions of immigrants come here. That's all they can say. Look, this is their level of their intelligence, Beantown. Are you the scumbag from MobTube that I blocked a long time ago? Just in case. There you go. Never happening. I don't know what you're talking about. Democrats are done. Yeah, you see, in Georgia last night, a Democrat flipped a red seat, and on November 4th, Democrats flipped a whole bunch of seats in the elections. You see it? You see any of that? You've been hearing about it at all? Next, it will be the Democrats. That we know the Democrats are blood relatives with the Republicans. All right. Nasal Kamala and Pelosi brainwashed your two brain cells. So it used to be about Kamala's left. Now it's that she's nasal. I can't think of a person who speaks with more of a nasally voice than Donald fucking Trump. Are you serious? Come on, man. Stop it. Cut it out. Come up with something better. Richard S. High schools and colleges have intramural sports, men, women, and mixed teams. They can buy trophies, medals, and ribbons. Issue closed. There you go. Sam, if I handed you a map, could you show me Minnesota? You know he couldn't. I love cock, but I'm a chick. Well, okay, for you, it's acceptable then. It's these guys that worry me. Somalis hate everyone. Did you just decide that, or did Trump tell you that? You like Gene Borrello. Jeffrey Cortez. Oh, I didn't know you were a MobTube person. I thought you were a politics person. I like Gene Borrello. Why do you say that? I mean, I have been friends with Gene in the past, but why'd you bring that up? Republicans are done. Oh, they are. What the hell? This country has more terrible issues than trans people, war crimes, pulling food stamps, healthcare, and an ass for a president that can't even stay awake. Oh, yeah, the guy's falling asleep left and right. He's Dozy Don now. That's karma for the Sleepy Joe bullshit. And his mind is going. It's hilarious. Good to see you, BB, and you're 100% right. Why do you name call? Makes you sound like Trump and weakens your position. Because I fight back and I start these shows talking nice and calm and just being reasonable and rational. And then people start calling me every name in the book. And you got to fight fire with fire. That's why. Kamala was the border czar. No, she wasn't. That was literally a name Fox News gave her. She was assigned to help figure out the root causes of immigration from Central America to the United States. That's literally all she was assigned with. Fox News started calling her a border czar, and you guys eat it up. Why don't you go check right now if Kamala was the border czar, if that was an official title of any kind. Like Tom Homan, he's the border czar. You know who Tom Homan is, right? Let me see if I could play, because this is another wonderful pick for Trump's, where the fuck is it? Oh, here we go.
Look, there's various methods. No, I've noticed in the media circuit, a lot of them don't have criminal histories. Well, a lot of gamers don't have criminal histories.
Yeah, that was a great guy to pick, right? He's doing a bang-up job, Trump. Gene is fluffing Skinny Joey. What do you mean? I thought they were beefing. Yeah, of course. And they're going to flip to the other side now. Yeah. Trump looks like he's always sucking a lemon. He kind of does. There will be no elections during wartime. Well, that's what all this National Guard shit is about and all this stuff. Fighting back is fine. Name baking like the other side does make your argument sound less effective, to be honest. Listen to me. Psycho Ward. The name of this channel is Street Smart Politics. The word street is in there for a reason. I am not a Harvard graduate or even a college graduate of any kind. I am a guy from the streets with a fucking GED. Okay? But I just happen to know a lot more about politics than MAGA does. So that's why it's called what it is, and that's why I talk the way I do. I don't know how to talk any other way. If I'm in a job interview or some shit like that, I'm sitting with family talking, yeah, I don't talk like that. But I've been doing a channel on YouTube for 4.5 years where I've been fighting with scumbags. I recently changed some of the content to politics where I'm still fighting with scumbags. So I talk to scumbags the way I think they deserve to be talked to. I have no doubts he even graduated elementary, or I have my doubts he even graduated elementary school. Me? Well, Sphinx, you can come on and debate me, 410-941-9850. Sure it is, Anime Pro. I'm sure you never call names. Yeah. Yep. So full of shit. Low IQ. Come on and test my IQ. Come on, let's debate. 410-941-9850. Let me see. I debate you. Brooklyn is MAGA. Countries you left guy. You're a fucking idiot. Is this really you, William Brooklyn? You did that interview with, who was that fucking YouTuber, and you made an asshole out of yourself. You said that Israel is about, what did you say again? A wholesome lifestyle? You fucking tard. Get the fuck out of here. William Brooklyn, go drink till you get cirrhosis of the liver, scumbag. What you want to debate? How bad Trump is? Yeah, whatever you want. Oh, you mean the two people that were trans, the two? Yeah, that was a big issue. Again, something only you would be concerned with. Like me, if you could do a good job, I don't give a fuck if you're purple. I don't give a fuck if you're trans. I don't give a fuck if you're a Trans Am. Okay, that was pretty good, right? I just came up with that. I don't care. But you guys, again, you are obsessed with people's genitalia. You are fucking obsessed. You see a man with a wig on or something trying to look like a woman, and you go fucking berserk when normal people are like, oh, look at that. He's trans. I remember I worked in a factory one time, and they used to hire a lot of temps. And one night I went to the bathroom, and this fucking, what appeared to be a broad, walked out of the bathroom. Long fucking hair and skinny jeans. Definitely a trans person. I saw his face. I realized he was a dude. And guess what I did? I kept it moving. I didn't go pick up like a set of handlebars and beat him to death with it. You know what I mean? I didn't chase him around the factory and point at him and make fun of him. I just said, oh, there's a trans guy. And then I just kept it moving. You know, because that's how normal people are. Oh, yeah, of course. Well, listen, that bitch loved it when he was doing shit to other women, to his enemies. But now that it's coming back on her, she's like, whoa, 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 Trump, whoa, big guy. She's a pig. He is Colonel Quayle. There's no debate how bad Trump is. Well, but they could try. Oh, my God, definitely. Yeah, I know, William Brooklyn, fucking idiot. FBS, what is your favorite vehicle? Oh, I don't know, Colonel Quayle. I don't know. Fucking Rolls Royce, Wraith. I don't know. I'm not a big car guy. I buy cars and I drive them. I'm not big into cars. Then when I go to like, if I'm in New York or if I'm in like Miami or Fort Lauderdale or something, I love seeing the Bentleys and the Rolls Royces and, even the Lambos and shit like that. But I'm not a big car guy. My nephew's big into cars. You dress trans, I can see it. keep it moving to his back door. You see what I'm saying? This guy's got anal sex on his mind between men. This is very bizarre. They are bizarre people. This is why Benny Johnson's being outed as being gay now, too. And listen, the grinder crashes anywhere there's a huge Republican event. It crashes every time. Why do you think that is? It's because so many gay Republicans are looking for, they're out cock shopping and stuff while they're at these Republican events. What's up, Mike Ramey? How the fuck are you? Good to see you. I'm a woman, you idiot. Well, what did you say? Oh, yeah. Well, then you're a sick woman. Either way, well, for some reason, you're thinking about gay sex between men. What's wrong with you, you stupid bitch? Please answer me. All right, guys, listen. Is that right? Sorry, I've never heard that completely and totally bizarre name before. My apologies. I was supposed to know. Oh, really, Mike? Yeah, sorry to hear that. All right, guys. Yeah, I know. Stay strapped. I'm going to get going, and I will see you. I'll see you later or some shit like that. Laybo. What's up, bro? All right, guys. Talk to you next time. Thanks for being here. Hit the like button and subscribe for the love of Christ. Why don't you? Peace.